Greetings everyone, here's Lodrik, and this is the game of One the Pacific Advanced Edition. This is my play-by-email match against Xargun. He is allied player, and for me it is the Empire of Japan. This is scenario 1 on game version 26B. With standard stock, no modifications. And let's see if there's any action after many days of inactivity. One of my battle cruiser formations are able to maybe catch up a enemy task force. But first we have an attack on... This is a Mark. Again, the American fleet boat with Mark 14s attacking my sub-chaser assistant. I mean, I call them assistants, but this is more or less a home water or short range sub-chasers. They're only working in shallow water. Never use them for deep water. But nothing happens. This is now the Allied sub-hunter group. Yeah, patrolling here at Karachi. Yeah, for sure there's a lot of shipping coming from East Africa, Arabic, going to Karachi. This is number one, I think, traffic line. So I have here some submarines, but a lot of noise, no hit luckily. So I react to enemy task force, and this is now what I found. 1 AP, a lot of cargo ships, and 2 escort destroyers. I mean, not escort destroyers, they are destroyers escorting. And now let's see, I will simply let this run because there are 2 enemy warships with guns and torpedoes, so they could create damage on my own ships. This is a deep night attack or strike, so not much moonlight. And distance of 11,000 for night. Okay. Let's see. I have here 1 hit on a destroyer. That is always good. And I operate here. Oh yeah, also torpedo attack. Nice. So 1 torpedo hit is normally a killed ship. Especially with this surface torpedoes. They are much bigger. So these are normally 21-inch torpedoes. Airdrop torpedoes and submarine torpedoes can be both. Like rowboats, they have also 18-inch torpedoes. They are smaller, like airdrop torpedoes. And the big Japanese fleet boats have similar size, like these torpedoes from destroyers or cruisers. Good. I mean that I think here the cargo ships is not the issue. The question is really only if the enemy destroyers can land hits on my own ships, how much damage I take home, and if I can really sink the enemies, or if they're running away in the darkness. And next bonus question would be, is there any load on these ships? Yeah, I have cargo, troops, supplies. And the AP is of course the number 1 target, but I cannot give my ships the order to attack and focus on the AP. The next cargo ship is blowing up. I consume here a lot of shells, that for sure. But I'm not unlucky with this. I'm not 100% how the calculation is working with experience gain. If you must hit something a day or night to get experience points, and how often you must hit something to get a point. But I will make after this turn the tracker video, and then I can also discuss the experience gain for these 5 ships, if they all survive. There's still a possibility that something stupid will happen. So... now the allies are escaping. And so far I was able to sink 2 cargo ships. The third one is on heavy fire, heavy damage, is also dead. So 3 cargo ships are dead. So the rest can all escape, I would guess. But no hit on my own ships, so it is okay. They try to escape, and I still catch up. Round 2, still light engagement. But 9,000 yards is short range. And this is the first hit, I think, on the AP, but not really critical. There was a critical hit on the AP, finally. But the AP is striking back. Unbelievable. The small cargo ships are all not so important. Good. Congo is focusing on a cargo ship and not so on my target. Would not be my choice, but yeah. At the end, the next cargo ship is going down, but here's the first hit on my destroyer, and it's immediately a critical hit. So I would say always double damage or something like this, double, triple damage in a normal hit. Luckily, these are 4-inch guns, so 100, 105 millimeter, and yeah, let's hope that the damage is not over 10. So both destroyers are burning now, and one destroyer had now the first heavy shell hit. But they run away again, so I have now one destroyer on fire. Both destroyers are on fire from the enemy side. One's cargo ship is dead. The AP is on heavy fire. So I think heavy was 50% or 50 points, whatever. So this ship must have at least fire of 50. If it's burning so strong, then I guess it's easy to see in the night. Okay. So I catch the lonely cargo ship here. There is now no enemy, so I can skip this. Dead. That was the night. All battles are success for me, but the big prize of the AP escaped. The submarine is still fighting with enemy destroyers. So there's one more reaction, and I can find the cargo ship and one destroyer. So the AP, the second destroyer, disappeared. Now good. And this is, I think, the destroyer with more damage so far. This is now long range, 25,000 yards. You can see I open fire on maximum distance. Far out of fire range of the Allied. 4-inch cannot shoot so far. But I consume also a lot of ammunition. Closing in, 18,000. 16,000, still no hit. But this is now daytime, so night is not more issue. And there's a first hit. And this is now deck hits simply because a shell will drop on the ship. So more hits on the cargo ship. Again, not so important. There was no troops on board, and I think also maybe airplanes. I can check later at the end of the turn. Okay, finally one more hit on the destroyer. And this is now heavy fire, heavy damage, so I guess that the destroyer will burn out. The cargo ship, I don't know. We will see. But now my ship is out of or low on shells, so the commander make a decision, say return to port. Everything correct, I would say. And there was a French fleet with a super light blue. So maybe a French cargo ship or French AP. Yeah, airface again, no activity. I worry only about wow, that is a navy strike against my battle cruisers now. So I hope this will not happen, and I hope I can catch the enemy on the ground here. The base force. More equipment destroyed. Good. So the air wing was not able to link up, so they're attacking one by one. It's okay. More destroyed, fine. And again, good, no airstrike. A sinking sound. Could be now everything, but I guess the first is the destroyer. So my tank attacking. Yesterday I think the Chinese attacked. I mean, we both attacked. More destroyed, but no units. And this is the last Chinese unit, the 100 score. I think this is elite core, at least at the beginning of the game. Now it's more or less an empty shell. Bombardments. This is a real bombardment. In Bendwing. Yeah. Good. So it was an active turn. Many navy battles. Of course, it was more or less still a slaughter battle because I intercepted an enemy cargo convoy. And the two escorting destroyers are outmatched. And all I suffered was one shell hit on one of my own destroyers. Good, but first, air losses, one for me. One Jake scout airplane had an ops loss. The pilot survived. Good. So, ship sinking, last turn. Here also the I had no real sight. I cannot confirm the destroyer sunk, but it was heavy fire, heavy damage, so I guess it's correct. +4 of this standard cargo ship. So ships. But okay. At least action. Yeah. More I cannot find here. In China, no big battle, no change of situation. I still try to get rid of this leftover forces. I try to recover here in the north. This needs time. And I still cannot get rid of the last unit here, but I guess also. They must surrender, so they fight to the end. And if this unit is a lead unit with more morale, then it's a little hard to break them. Cylon, no activity. I'm still marching down the road or the trail. 2 more days, maybe 3 days. Sumatra is done been doing, waiting for 2 more days and I can attack. Perth waiting for supplies. More submarines coming from Melbourne area to arrive in Perth, get a refit or repair work. And then I will send them and build here a submarine interception point. Yeah, here at India, I have also more destroyer here. Always submarines coming and going, but I don't know which one. This one was attacked, so this guy launched 2 torpedoes for self-defense, but no hit. Good. East of Australia, no change. I bring in stuff. Yesterday there was an attack on one of my car of this task force, I think. I don't know whether it was this one or other one, but they arrive. More is coming, so I have simply to bypass these destroyers. And it's shallow water, so it's possible that I can maybe create some damage. I must avoid also this other. I can see these destroyers always, I can detect them, but it's very hard to attack them. Maybe they've already radar and then they always dive away much more successful. In New Zealand, I already unloaded the first parts of the 2 divisions. The third will come and then the last one. And then once all 4 plus HQ is here, I can attack Nelson. And then Nelson and Churchtown and Dunedin is the last one. Good. The big action this turn was here at Tahiti. Yeah, here. So I was here. I catched somewhere in this area. There was 3-4 battles. Now there's this. I think this is a second destroyer plus the AP. I'm here. I see nothing else. So these are the 2 last ships. So I guess AP and the second destroyer escaped. But I cannot really force them to a battle because I'm out of shells. And if one of your ships is on Lorette ammunition, this is maybe, you can call it emergency ammunition, then the task force commander will always try to break. This is only for self-defense, not for attack. So it doesn't matter that I have a lot of secondary shells left. Of course I could say hunt down the enemy and use only your secondary artillery, but it's not working in this game, so it doesn't matter. And the one shell hit, the 14-inch, was a critical hit, and yeah, there was no equipment is destroyed, but it was still a critical hit. And I have here really major damage and engine damage and a lot of system damage. I guess the system damage is coming from fire damage. There was maybe fire and then you more or less consume system damage buffer to stop the fire. And the Japanese are not so really well trained in this, so they have always high system damage to get rid of fire. Luckily, this is still a 5-1, so I can still repair this with a repair ship. And I have a repair ship in, I think in Pago? I don't know. I don't know where's my repair ship. Yeah, I transferred it here to this location. So I must bring it, because I fixed here some submarines, they also have 1 engine damage. I mean, this one has more damage because it was attacked. This must go back to a shipyard in Auckland. But I will fix first the submarines and then I can return to here in the source. And then I can maybe fix the 1 destroyer before. Then I don't must go back to Auckland. Backup solution is always go back to Auckland. Now I have this option. If I don't have this option, I had to go back to Japan. That is much far away. Good. Anything else? Not really. So a little action, but I don't have more to show. My submarines here still only 2 on position. 3, 4, 5 more will come and join soon. Yeah, what else I can say? I got more equipment to Townsville. That is nice. I have the supplies now and fuel. So at least east of Australia I have no supply issue. And I also can now fill up this air wing. So this is my first Helen bomber air wing. Now my pool is empty again, but I have soon in 2 or 3 days this first medium bomber more or less on the level like a B-25. Oh yeah, somehow. It's a little like this. And biggest advantage, you can compare this. So this is a normal Key 21 before. You have only light machine guns for air defense, so this is working if the enemy aircraft, the fighter, have no armor plates. If you have armor plates, then this is more or less nearly useless. You have a durability, so these are hit points of 40, but no armor. And this Helen is, I mean, you would say speed and payload is the same. But you get here still only a lot of light machine guns, they will not really help, but you get this turret rear 20mm cannon, is already improvement, plus you get the armor plate. So this will help to let the pilot survive. You don't get more hit points, but yeah, at least this. The biggest, or the next better change is normally the, if you get the B edition, this is why I try to get this as soon as possible. Here you change most of the light machine guns to heavy machine guns, and this will always create damage, even if your fighter have an armor plate. Nothing else, but this is, I think, for defense-wise, it simply will create more damage on enemy fighters attacking these bombers. I don't say this bomber will still survive if there's an enemy fighter coming, because it's still a twin-engine bomber. And not a B-17, something like this. Good, then see you next time. Take care, bye-bye.